What's up, everybody? Welcome into the live pre-stream as Nina Blanco and I get ready to do. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Yitty.
You're all
Woo.
bundled up with your blanket there, girl.
I know. I just got out of the shower. I'm like ready for bed, dude. I'm tired.
I mean,
You
this
would
is late
be
for you.
no,
We
you
talk
would
about it
be
every
so
week.
proud. No, listen. You would be so proud because the reason why I'm tired is because I was awake last night until 2 o'clock in the morning. Boom. Are you happy?
What were you doing?
I was playing video games with my cousin.
There you go. Now you're talking. Wait, they're still here? I thought they left.
No, they left. I was playing on PlayStation 5 with my cousin.
Oh.
Like
Um,
online.
well, good.
Yeah.
Now you know the life of a gamer. I
Yeah,
just
but
need to do that every night.
no.
Get some Funyuns and Mountain Dew, and you'll be
No.
set. You'll be
I
all
don't
good to
wanna
go.
do that. No way. Um, but yeah, we were up. It was like 1:40, and I was like, "I think I'm ready for bed." He's like, "Yeah, I guess I should go to bed too." And I was like, "Cool, cool, cool." And then, like, didn't go to bed until, like, really after 2. And then I got up at, like, 9:30 today, and I'm sleepy.
Well, you didn't have to wake up at 9, right? Like that's not something that you have to do.
Yeah, I did. Today is my podcast day, so I had to get up, I had to get ready, I had to prep my podcast, I had to record that. I got shit
Uh,
to do, okay?
okay. Well, I mean, if you say so, that's fine. But
Wow. You don't
I just feel
appreciate my
like
hobbies.
you only have so much shit to do.
Well, I had shit to do today before I went to work.
My
So.
sound isn't working. Hold on, Nina. You know what, Nina? Vamp for a second for me. Just talk about stuff. Whatever you want to talk about. Doesn't matter what.
Oh. Well, what I was gonna do was record a quick video on my Insta story to show people that we are live, and then I was going to link that on my Insta story so they can click that. And I don't really know why you're having technical problems over there, sir, but here we are. Anyways, I was listening to last week's episode, and yeah, I then my biggest thing I wanted to tell you is that, like, I stayed up late. So you should be proud of me. And yeah, then we were just kind of prepping for this, and now I don't know what else to talk about, but you want me to keep talking because you're having audio
Let's back up
issues,
in
and
time.
here we are.
Sorry, my sound died, and I had to just make some quick changes here.
Okay.
Show business. It's live, baby. We're
That's
live.
show business, baby.
Um, did okay. So we've got. I did save something big just to talk about on the pre/post stream.
What? Also, I couldn't believe because listening to like last week's episode, I was like thinking about the stuff we were talking about in the pre and the post that like obviously wasn't on the actual episode. And I just like cannot believe I told the whole world that I've had my toes sucked before.
And yet you're doing it again for some
Ah,
reason.
I can't help myself. Oh my God. That's so freaking funny, dude.
Not only did you tell us about it, Nina, but you told us how you felt about it too. You know
So
what I mean?
funny. Jesus. Anyways, what were you going to talk about, especially for the pre-show
Well,
today?
funny you should bring up toe sucking because I was going to bring up our marriage.
Oh,
Yeah, it's time.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
It's time to renew our vows, Nina Blanco.
I was getting gas the other day and I looked at the card and I was like, huh, I wonder if we need to do anything about that.
Did it officially expire?
I don't know that there's a date, but it's this month, January.
Yeah, no, I know it's soon. It has to be soon. But so if you don't know, Nina and I have gamed the system. Only in some ways, because I mean, we're kind of. Aren't you the person that hates the work husband term?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay, well,
dumb.
we're married whether you like it or not, so you're gonna have to
Okay.
go with it. But
All
Nina
right.
and I are, in the eyes of Costco, officially partners.
We are partners.
so we don't have to pay for two separate subscriptions to.
We got a Costco membership together, and, it was, like, 1 year ago soon,
Pretty serious
and
commitment, not gonna lie.
was it only
Um,
1 year that we, signed up for?
yeah.
Have they sent any emails about renewing, or
Isn't it your email? I thought it was your email.
I have not received anything from Costco ever.
I don't think so. I don't think I have either.
Oh. I have no idea, but we did sign up for that Costco card together and
Okay.
split the yearly
So we
membership
signed
so
up
that
for
we
the
could.
Costco card together. The gas is a good deal. I
Yeah,
don't know how much other stuff you actually buy there.
literally nothing.
Really?
I don't have a convenient Costco to go to from my house.
You know, there's one like right next to our office.
That's the one I go to for gas and gas only because it's always packed in that parking lot. And I'm not gonna like go on a Saturday all the way down to Lone Tree to go grocery
No, I
shopping at
found I found the
Costco.
best time to go is Friday nights. I'll go
Well,
I'll go at like 6 or 7 o'clock on Friday nights, and there's like nobody in there. It's great.
really? So you
Yeah.
will, because you work from home on Friday. So you
Mhm.
work from home and you on Friday night will go all the way down to Lone Tree for
Oh no,
freaking
there's another
Costco?
one closer. There's another closer one.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that makes sense. I don't have anything convenient really for me to
Yeah,
do.
but you're at work on Friday night sometimes.
I am every Friday night, but I'm trying to get home. I don't want to stick around. I'm not going to go Costco shopping by myself.
Why not?
That sounds not fun.
All right, so you don't want to renew the membership, is what you're saying.
I do want to renew the membership because the
But
only
you
time
don't
I
go to
do go
Costco.
is for gas and it's worth it for me.
Okay, but the $30 that we pay before the year starts, if you're not buying anything else there, is the amount that you save in gas over the year. Maybe.
Let's see. How much on average does a person spend on gas?
If it saves you, let's say, 20 cents a gallon, and
Yeah, it's
there's
20 cents.
14 gallons in your car, which is like a normal car, that's like $2.40 a trip. And you fill up what, every 2 weeks? Week?
Sometimes every week.
Okay. So $2 times 52, that saves you, I don't know, $100.
$104.
And
That's
you're
more than
you're
my $30 membership.
and you're laying out $30 for the membership, so you're saving $70.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I'm
went
I'm shocked.
Matt and I went to Costco once last year, and there's like a Costco business center in our neighborhood, and they sell like printers and shit and like some groceries, but it's not the full-blown Costco experience. We went one time and we're like, this is not for us.
Really? I feel like you would
Yeah.
love it.
I know, it's surprising. I think if we had a regular Costco near us that we would, but we don't. There's just not a convenient one for us to go to.
I find that so hard to believe.
It
It's
is.
crazy.
It is. That's what it is. So I just go for gas sometimes before or after works, and I save my $70 a year apparently. But I'll take that. That's fine. $70 in my pocket is
You want
helping
to go to
you out with
Costco with
half
me?
of
I'll
a
go to
membership.
Costco with you.
Well, I don't want to go on a Friday night. We'll do that one time.
I'll go to Costco for like lunch with you, because that was what I was going to talk to you about. Is the food court. That's really what is getting everybody all heated up right now.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, I think we did once, didn't we, when we very
When we
first had it?
first got it, because we were
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, incredible. You can get a whole lunch for like $6. It's like, what else? What else do you want?
Yeah.
But their hot dogs have gotten conspicuously smaller, even though they have said that they were never going to change it. $1.50 for a hot
Damn.
dog in a soda. But
They're
it's
not
been
gonna
like,
change the price, but they changed the dog.
yeah, yeah. Apparently they had French fries. I didn't even know that, but they're getting rid of them, and that's pissing people off.
Oh.
They got rid of a sandwich. Um, another thing that people love is their $5 rotisserie chicken. They're
Yeah.
talking about changing the price on that.
Yeah.
And like people are up in arms about the shit. And like I
About
don't
the
know. I mean,
chicken, yeah.
I do get it because it is a hell of a deal. Um, you know, if I'm feeling real lazy, you go get a $5 chicken and you can make 3 meals out of it. You know, over the next couple
You
days
meal prep. I mean,
when
it's
I'm by
real good.
myself. You know,
Yep.
but yeah, so their prices on stuff is starting to go up, and everybody's a little upset, and I get it because it's nice to walk in there and pay $4 and get a meal.
Inflation, dude. I saw an
But
article today that says like we're splurging less on unnecessary items. Like for women, like projects, beauty products, clothes. What else was there? Electronics, something else. Dinners out at restaurants.
yeah,
We're doing it less because everything is just so freaking expensive and like people just can't splurge as much as they used to.
and guess what? It's going to get worse. So,
I know. It freaking
so I
sucks,
don't know.
man.
Any relief that you thought was coming probably is not.
Nah.
And so cost of living continues to go up. And I mean, if it's $1.99 for a slice of pizza, but if you order a whole pizza, the slice is like this big,
Uh,
and if you order the $1.99 slice, it's like two. It's like two of them. It's like twice as big. But a whole pizza is only $10, and I think that's why people are like, I love Costco. I love Costco and their kitchen. I love their $1.50 hot dog, their $2 slice of pizza, and I know people are crazy for the chicken bake. I love it as well. So it was, I don't know, it was a cool little find because like Friday night, even if I'm going out or something, I'll go at like 6 o'clock. I'll eat dinner. I'll go shopping. I'll get like a chicken bake for home. I'll put it in the fridge. I'll go out. I'll come home. I'll microwave the chicken bake and I'll eat
oh
it.
my gosh, that's funny.
Hey man, $8. All of a sudden, I've got my whole night taken care
Yeah,
of. Dinner and a
meals.
snack later. You know.
Yep, yep.
So, all right. Well,
And
it's good to know you want to renew it. I'm a little surprised.
yeah, I'm down. It's saving me money on gas, and I literally just go basically only go to Costco gas stations. If I go to any other gas station, it's because like I forgot to go to Costco after work one day, and I'm like, man, I need gas for the weekend, and I'll like fill halfway, not even
Here's the thing for
because
me
I'm waiting to
though,
go
and
back to
like
Costco.
this is something that I know that you do anyway. By the way, your internet just glitched. First time. First time the new internet is glitching, but it is. Oh,
Is it
now it
mine or is it
is.
yours? Is it
Oh,
mine or yours?
you think it's mine? I don't know. I do a lot of streaming from here and never have
I'm
a problem.
asking.
So I'm gonna guess it's yours, but anyway, what I was
I
gonna say
guess
is
I don't
I know
know.
you guys do the weirdest grocery shopping to me. Like I could never buy stuff for like a month and then just
Yeah,
like slowly glide through the month until I run out of food. And
yeah.
I know that's what
I'm
you
not
guys
the
like to do.
biggest I'm not the biggest fan of the way that we do our grocery shopping. It's more of like of Matt, and I'm just like here for the ride.
Yeah.
So I will go to the grocery store outside of our big run and like re up on things, fresh vegetables and whatever.
Yeah. Well, um, that's why I thought you'd love Costco so much. Because even if you just go once a month or even like once every 6 weeks, you go and like it's not a pound of ground beef that's cheaper, right? You buy a 3 pound or 5 pound thing of ground beef, right?
Yeah.
And it's a great deal, but you got to figure out what you're going to do with 5 pounds of ground beef. You know what I mean? And so like
Yeah.
for me by myself, that there's doesn't matter how fat I am, there's just not enough mouth to feed there. And
I
even when I tried to like
agree.
bring Ben and split stuff up, if it's not something that's like already frozen, it's I mean, forget it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's almost too much for even Matt and I as well at our house. Because the one time we went, we didn't buy any meat because it was too much. We didn't have space in our freezer for all of it, and, like, same with the vegetables, like, the all of these vegetables are gonna go bad before we get through even half of it, you
Yeah.
know?
But I do it for like I'll get like frozen chicken nuggets, and
Mhm.
it's a big old bag, but like
Freezer
all right,
stuff.
that'll last me 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Matt doesn't like to eat a lot of frozen stuff
yeah,
because
I get it.
colon cancer runs in his family, and frozen stuff makes that all worse.
Well, and then the other stuff that I get is like I'll get like the blocks of cheese or the like beef jerky or
Okay.
the like trail mix stuff, all that kind of stuff, like pretzels or trail mix or stuff like that.
Remember I brought that bag of unsalted nuts to work?
No, I don't remember
That
that.
was from Costco, and you're like, "Unsalted? The
Who
fuck
eats
is this?"
unsalted nuts? Nobody eats unsalted nuts.
I did. We bought it at Costco. I just kept it in my office.
Well, it's not something that I eat, so I can't
Shut
speak
up.
too much to unsalted nuts, but I think most women would tell you they prefer their nuts salty. So all right. Well, and Ben has benefited quite a bit from our little Costco endeavor here.
Mhm.
So, um,
Is he paying you like 15 bucks on the side?
no, it was just I was gonna do this anyway, so I started doing it. But I can't, like I said, I can't eat my way through
Are you
stuff like
asking
that.
me for a divorce via Costco and you're gonna marry Ben?
No, I was so what I was going to talk to you about is if you used it, going up to the where they give you cash back because you do spend a lot. Like it doesn't matter if you buy like 3 things, your tab can be $100. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Because one
it's a
thing's thirty
lot.
bucks, one thing's
Yeah.
35, another thing's 25, and all of a sudden it's $100. So when that lady who we talked to originally was like, "Yeah, go for it because you'll make it back in the cash back," I was like, "I don't know," but I believe her now. You know what I mean? Um,
So you wanna get a higher membership?
yeah, I was
Oh.
thinking about it.
How much is that? We'll talk about it
60,
tomorrow. I'm going to work.
60 a person.
Ugh. If I'm
But
only saving $70 in gas.
what I can do is ask him for 30 because he doesn't have a card. Ask you for 30, and that way it's the same price that you would have paid anyway. I'll pay 60, and I'll just take all the cash back.
That's fine because I don't go shopping.
I don't know why. It's weird that you're so
I
against
we
it.
just talked for the last 15 minutes as to why.
It's weird to me still. They also have other stuff. They have like random stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you need towels or mouthwash or hot sauce. They got all that shit. You know what I mean?
Is it towels in bulk?
No,
Like
I mean
bath
it's like a
towels or
pack of
like
towels.
paper towels?
Both.
Oh.
I buy both of them there.
Bath towels? Like
Yeah.
cloth?
Oh, they got everything. They got vacuum
So
cleaners, bath
weird.
towels, plates. They got
Printers at my
water picks.
location.
They got what?
Printers.
Yeah, they got random shit. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So
Well, I'll try to go into Costco a little bit more this year. I don't know.
no, you won't. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, probably
All right. Well, maybe we'll renew our vows. Maybe we won't. We'll have to see.
not. Okay.
Okay, you ready to do Yitty?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, you don't sound ready. You sound a little bit.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, wake the fuck up. We're doing a podcast.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start now. We'll be back in a minute. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this week's edition of Yitty. It was good
Yitty!
that time. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm Rob Trujillo. She's Nina Blanco. Sometimes we give people who need a talking to a talking to. We do it on a podcast called Yes, I'm Talking to You. Nina's internet is fixed, so even though she's sleepy, she was on time with her Yitty. How are you tonight, Nina?
I'm good, but I'm sleepy today.
If you don't know, we
So,
do our live stream where we record the podcast on Wednesday nights, normally around 9 o'clock, and that is way past Nina's bedtime.
no, it's bedtime. It is about bedtime. And today, especially, I am just extra tired because I stayed up late last night playing video games.
Who are
And
you,
I'm
me?
I'm tired. Exactly. I was like, you're gonna be so proud. I couldn't wait to tell you. Like I stayed up till 2 a.m. playing video games. Like
I
I
mean, that's
thought
a
you'd be
very
very
me
proud.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did your husband have to say about that?
He went to bed and I was like, I'm staying up and playing games. He's like, all right. And that was that.
So here's the real question before we get into you, me, and we, which is where we start. Who did the dog choose?
What?
The dog. I mean, Bonzo normally sleeps right on the bed with you. Was he
Oh.
in was he in bed with the boy or
The boy took them to bed. He took
Oh,
them to
okay. They
bed.
didn't have a choice.
No, they didn't have a choice. Like
Oh.
right now too with Yitty, Bonzo would be in here normally with me, but I don't give him a choice. I just when we're in here doing this, we're in here doing this, and then when Matt goes to bed, he just takes the dogs there.
And that's even true for video games.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
On a weeknight. On a weeknight, sure. On the weekends, I'll let Bonzo hang out with me.
That's such a mom answer.
It is.
Like they have to go to school or work or
I
something.
know,
Like, you gotta
literally.
make sure the dogs are responsible and they go to bed at a decent time.
No, literally. Oh
Boy.
my god. I don't know. I don't know anymore, but that's
Okay,
what it
well, good.
was.
I'm glad you're responsible during the weekdays with your pup's bedtime, Nina
Yeah.
Blanco.
They get sleepy.
All right, let's get into you, me, and we. It's where you complain about something, I complain about something, and then we complain about something. So, what do you got to complain about, Nina?
Okay, I'm not sure which side to complain about yet, so maybe you can help me navigate through the thought process on this.
Okay.
But there is a woman in France who got scammed out of a lot of money because she truly believed that Brad Pitt and her had an online relationship
I saw this.
and truly believed that Brad Pitt loved her. She left her husband, divorced her husband for this Brad Pitt that he told her, I'm secretly going through cancer. I'm doing these treatments. He sent her photos every day with her name on it. She sent him money to pay, to quote unquote, pay for his chemotherapy. She sent over $855,000 to a scammer, obviously, who convinced her that they were the real Brad Pitt and she had a real relationship with this scammer. And these photos are AI photos that they tricked her with. No videos, they were all photos. But again, he wrote messages in the photos, like holding up a piece of paper, like, Anne, I love you, and has Brad Pitt's face on it. And it's like a hospital in the background because he's supposedly going through his cancer treatments. And she believed him, divorced her husband, sent all this money only to find out, yes, of course it was a scam. These photos were AI photos. So I don't, here's where I'm like, I don't know who to blame. Okay. I don't know if I should blame the scammer for being a bad person and doing this, or if I should blame this boomer ass woman who cannot tell that these are freaking AI photos. Obviously, like some of these photos are pretty bad, and yet she truly believed she had a full blown relationship with Brad Pitt.
Here's the thing: we're transitioning once again, and our generation is used to transitioning.
Yeah.
Boomers are not used to transitioning, but it used to be a world where you said pics or it didn't happen.
Right.
Right? Like
Write
that
write
was
the
the
date
term.
on write the date on today's newspaper, or write me something to prove
Put
you're real.
put my handle on a piece of paper and hold it up so I know
Yeah.
you're real. Yeah, well guess what? AI can do that all in 15 seconds now. And that probably doesn't even take that long. And
Oh my
so,
god.
this woman thought she was covering herself by being like, because I did see these photos, and one of them has her screen name and the date and whatever. So
Yeah.
she probably thought like, oh, okay, I'm covered, because here he is holding up my name. on a piece of paper, and it's like, honey, no,
Honey,
no.
no.
I think the answer to your question is yes. I think it's both of them. I
It's
don't think.
both of them, right? You
Yeah,
freaking
the scammer
idiot.
sucks. Of course, the scammer sucks. But also, $850,000, and then you left your husband. Even if that was Brad Pitt, it makes you a shitty person.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
1,000%. You still cheated on your husband. So, yeah, it's just, we had talked about AI in the last episode a little bit, and like, this is it. Here it is, and the boomers are going to get scammed over and over and over again. And quite frankly, I'm pissed about it because that's our money after they die.
Well, now the scammers' kids have
There's going to be
some
none
money
left for
coming to
us.
them after the scammers die. So,
There's going to be none left for us because these boomers are freaking idiots. I can't.
and we've gotten to the crux of this. What Nina's actually upset about. She doesn't
That's
care about
it.
the lady or the
That's it.
scammer.
Yeah, that's
No, but
it.
I mean, listen. I think it's a big problem. Like it's. I
Yeah.
think everybody knows someone who's been scammed. It happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be on top of whatever the newest one is, right? Like, I mean, the fact you couldn't answer your phone and say like hello or something like that or yes,
Is
right? Like
crazy.
like there's just so much that you
Hold
can't.
on. I just remembered one more part of the story. She started to get suspicious that this was not the real Brad Pitt when she started seeing n- um like celebrity gossip sites and TMZ showing photos of Brad Pitt with his new girlfriend, like the real Brad Pitt.
Oh, you think?
Jesus. So bad.
Just like Google Brad Pitt, dog.
Oh
Like,
my
what are we doing?
god.
What are we doing?
Maybe just
What
get
are we
some
doing?
common sense. Like
Yeah.
what?
But it's
No.
gonna get so much easier for these scammers with AI, man. I mean, like if we thought it was bad before, and it was. I mean, it has been annoying for my entire adult life
Yeah.
watching out for scammers.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna get that much worse with AI. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be a freaking nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
So
It's funny now, but yeah, it's going to be real bad. So keep an eye on your parents, keep an eye on your aunties.
yeah,
They
because
really
you
think that
want that
they're in
money.
relationships. My goodness.
If you're like Nina Blanco and want that money, you better
Yeah.
be careful.
You better watch out for your fortune. What's it called when they give it to you? What's it called? What's
Your
it called?
what? Inheritance?
Yeah. You better watch your inheritance. That's for you.
Did you see the video of the cop who catches an old lady putting money in right before she puts like $10,000 into an ATM?
No. What?
Yeah, she's on the phone with a scammer who says he's from Chase Bank, and like she needs to move her money to a different account, and like
No.
she's pulling out like 10,000 in Texas. She's pulling out like $10,000, and the clerk at the gas station calls the sheriff, and the sheriff shows up. He's like, "Ma'am, can I hold on? Can I talk to this person on the phone?" And he talks to him, and of course it's a scammer. And he's like, "If you're with Chase Bank, call my dispatch right now, and I'll let her go through the transaction. But there's no way in hell I'm letting her put that money in that machine. Forget it."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch your inheritance, people. That's
Yep.
that's crazy. That's wild. Jesus.
She's like, I don't know what he convinced her of, but she's like, I'm in danger. He's like, you're not in danger.
Oh
Like
my
just because,
goodness.
I mean, listen, we hear it all the time with all kinds of things. Just because someone tells you you're in danger does not mean you're in danger.
That's
All right,
wild.
you, me, and we. For me, it's real simple. I got two words to complain about. And it's called the polar vortex. Jesus
Ah,
fucking Christ.
yeah.
Half of the country is going to be caught in this polar vortex where cold air will come down from the Arctic
Cool.
just to freeze your ass off. I mean, there is no reason for this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Here in Colorado, I've pulled up a little stat that 9 News weather team put together. The cold duration will be over 91 hours below freezing.
Ah.
The lowest temperature, which will likely be Monday morning, will be -12. The coldest wind chill will be -30,
What? For
with 4 to
real?
8 inches of snow falling between Friday and Tuesday.
Are you serious? That cold? I mean, obviously, living it here in Colorado and, like, it's been national news because it's not just us, like, I knew that this was coming, and I heard, up to 8 inches of snow, but I didn't know it was gonna be that cold.
We had one of these a couple years ago, and I think it was like -40 or -50 that it hit with the wind chill. And like, there's just if there don't get me wrong, I've thought about moving to Canada recently, but if I wanted it to be that cold, I'd move to fucking Canada.
Oh
Like,
my god. No way, I didn't know it was gonna get that cold.
yeah, and listen, you should be begging for snow because when there's cloud cover, it holds in some of the heat. It's actually a little bit warmer, and
Yeah,
so it'll get more to like 10 or 12 degrees or something like that if it is snowing because the
yeah,
clouds will hold in the heat. But yeah, I mean, we're talking days below freezing. It's going to be absolutely brutal. A little
that's
side
crazy.
note I have for this, my roommate does not own a car. He
Uh-huh.
walks to work.
Oh,
It's, 10-minute walk, something like that. And he's good about, not asking me to drive him and all that kind of stuff because,
yeah,
if he wants that, he should get his own car. As soon as I heard this, I marched right into his room and I'm like, okay, so Friday through Tuesday, we need to figure out a way to get you to work and get you home because it's going to be -30 and I don't want you to die. And he does, I mean, he does walk home at like 11 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
like,
Oh my
it will
gosh.
be during the coldest part of it. And like, I don't know, it just made me think of everybody who does that. Like, even if you're just waiting at a bus stop, even if you're not walking, even if you're just waiting at a bus
Yeah.
stop, like, oh God.
I
So
was
a little
gonna
grace.
say I was gonna say maybe he can take the bus, but even that, like, he's gonna be out and exposed for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna
So,
be his Uber driver this weekend.
well, and luckily, I work from home on Fridays because we have
Yeah.
that hybrid schedule. So, like, Friday, I can just let him take the car. Saturday, I can work around dropping him off, taking the car. Sunday, he's got off. So, like, we can make it work, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. And it just made me think first of all, I'm going to bitch at the polar vortex on Yitty, but then I'm also going to remind everybody hey, be a little bit extra nice to anybody who's like a service industry worker because
Yeah.
you don't know. I mean, maybe they don't have a car. Maybe they did take the bus. Maybe they did walk to work. And
Yeah.
like this weekend, it's going to be pretty fucking brutal, you
Oh
know?
my gosh. I really didn't know that the temperature was gonna be like that.
Yeah. Lowest
Oh.
temperature expected is 12 degrees. And then, with the wind chill, like the real
Mhm.
feel, I
Yeah.
know everybody makes fun of it all the time. Like, well, if it feels like that, why isn't that just the temperature? Because of the wind. It's different.
Right.
It's not the
Different.
temperature outside. But
Right.
yeah, so the real feel is going to be -30. So,
Holy moly, that's crazy.
but
Well,
for our influencer friends like Nina Blanco, it might be cold enough for you to do the boiling water trick. You can go outside and
right? No, I wanna do a bubble freeze.
oh,
Do you see those?
great.
Those are funner, I think,
Sure.
and less dangerous because people got hot water falling straight on them.
Yeah, that's because they're idiots and threw it straight into the wind, so it flew back in their face. That's called Darwinism, is what that's
Oh my
called.
gosh, that's
All
funny.
right, you, me, and we. The next thing we complain about. This is for Nina and I. Is the FDA has officially banned. Now you got me confused. Red
Red
3,
yeah,
right? I almost said Red 40, but that's
no,
the other one. Has officially banned Red 3, which is primarily used in foods such as candy, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, frozen desserts, frostings, icings, and some, get this, ingested drugs.
oh, I saw that, it's like cough drops,
Yeah,
like cough syrup.
you're literally putting it just right down the gullet all the time.
Yeah, it's in a lot of stuff to
It's
make
in a
red
lot of stuff.
things, to make pink things, they mix it in with other colors to make whatever other
Yeah, I was
colors.
gonna
Yeah,
say red's a primary color, so
yeah, it's in a
yeah,
lot,
used in
but
a bunch of
it
stuff.
they did
Uh,
finally ban it. I think this is a good thing, right? I mean, this is something I think in the UK or I don't know, somewhere else in the world, they've done this for a long
Europe,
time.
yeah, has had it
It's
banned for a long time.
it's linked
It's been shown to lead to cancer in rats,
yeah.
but we don't have conclusive evidence. Of course, you never do. But it has been shown to increase the risk of cancer in rats to the point where, in a Senate hearing in December, the FDA Commissioner Robert Califf
Okay.
was asked at the Senate hearing why the dye had not already been banned. And this is the part that really makes me angry.
What did they
He said
say?
the FDA hasn't been given the resources to do the kind of post market monitoring on substances that is done in Europe, where it's been largely banned since 1994. The FDA also banned cosmetics, banned it in cosmetics in 1990. We've asked for better funding when it comes to chemical safety. Please look at our request for funding for the people who do this work. Remember that when we do ban something, it will go to court. If we don't have scientific evidence, we will lose in court. So they need the money to do the scientific testing to then make sure they can win a court case if that's what it comes to. And the reason
Can
that makes me so angry,
Okay.
what's about to happen? We're about to take apart all these government agencies who don't have any funding in the first place
Yeah.
and have been asking for more funding for years.
Yeah.
And, if it leads to your mom or your grandma having cancer, all of a sudden you're going to feel real passionate about it. So
Right.
I just, man, whew.
Listen, I understand the importance of doing your own study, but if the funding and the resources and whatever is not there, is it like such an impossible, weird thing to be like, yo, Europe, can we see what you like? What can you share? Can you share the answers? What you
I
got
think
over there?
the standards in Europe for banning something are much more liberal
Are they?
in terms of like they don't need as hard of evidence. Yeah, I think so.
Ah,
And
interesting.
so, maybe they do have, maybe they don't. I mean, I don't know the answer, but I do know they're a lot stricter on a lot of their, um, I don't
Stuff.
know what the word for it would be.
Chemicals.
Yes, stuff like that. I know they're a lot stricter on all that kind of stuff. And, um, I think a lot of that can be placed at the fact that, like, they don't, I mean, like he said, they're going to go to court and they're going to lose if they don't have hard scientific evidence for this kind of stuff.
Like, it's such a silly thing to shut down. You know what I mean? It's just like if elsewhere that is what has been proven, if within the United States there's a big support behind, banning all food coloring, quite frankly, for a lot of moms raising their kids nowadays. And like why in court would that be something that they shut down? Like, nope, not gonna do it. You're gonna take the guns next. They're gonna take red dot 40. Nothing, and then the
I mean,
guns. Like, what? Like,
here's what it comes down to, and this. It's the money.
yeah.
Like they just the candy corporations, the big companies, they have the
Yeah,
money to put it into court and just
that's true.
feed, you know, uh,
Feed us
delays
cancer.
and that sort of thing to bankrupt the government from being able to actually defend against it. And then, by the time you get there, if you lose the case because you don't have that hard scientific evidence, I mean, brutal,
Man, it
absolutely.
just shows you there's pure evil in the world. Even the candy companies, they don't
Right?
care
And
as
like
long as they're making their
we're
money.
literally just trying to do something to save people's lives. I mean,
Yeah, that's
hey,
wild.
even if it only saves a handful, do we really
Right,
need red 3? Can we not come
right.
up with a different option?
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Seriously. And so I feel like I've more heard about red dye 40 than red 3. So I mean, I guess baby steps, whatever. It's good that we did ban red 3, but like what the hell is the difference between red 3 and red 40? It's all chemicals anyway. Just like
Yeah, the
we
chemical
need to find
compounds.
we need to find a new way to dye things, There's a lot of things in the earth that are
Yeah.
natural that we can
But in our
figure out.
pre-stream, we did complain about how expensive everything's getting.
Mhm.
And that's part of it. You know what I mean? Is
Yeah.
there's a cause and effect there now, I believe that we could find better ways but the hand has to be forced, so
Yeah.
it's an interesting problem to have.
Dang.
All
Well,
right, that's you, me, and we. We move on now to the good news. We like to throw some good news in every podcast because, well, we complain a lot on this podcast. So, Nina, you said you had a good news story. Throw it out there. What do you got for us?
I did. I wanted to talk about the yard guy on TikTok. And by the
Love him.
way, I guess almost RIP to TikTok. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, there's the yard guy on TikTok. He's a really cool follow if you don't follow him. But he's on other social media platforms as well. Sounds like he might have to move off of TikTok. But he's called the yard guy, and he goes around to different communities and he finds people. A lot of the time it is elderly folks who own a house. They're not able to move like they used to. They're not able to cut the grass, keep up with things in the yard. And the city has to find these people and they'll issue them fines, or you have X amount of days to clean up. A lot of these elderly people just don't have the money for it because they're all getting scammed by Brad Pitt. And the yard guy comes and he finds these people to save the day, and he takes care of a lot of their yard work for free. He does all that manual labor himself, and he saves these people money, time, backaches, all of it. And it's just a really cool thing that he does. He's already pretty viral, but he went like mega viral last weekend on a story that he did for an elderly woman. She could not afford it was $240 fine that the city was going to give her if she didn't clean up her yard. He found out about it. He came to her house. He cleaned everything up. She even got a little bit emotional about it afterwards. And then even after that, he's just such a good guy that he went ahead and set up a GoFundMe for this woman so that we could raise some money that way she could potentially, hire someone to take care of the yard from this point forward. But he cleaned it up for her absolutely for free and then set up that GoFundMe. And it's a cool thing that he does.
It is. And I'm sure he makes money on his pages and whatever.
Yeah.
But save me your tweets because, like, he's an awesome follow. And that
Mhm.
is hard labor. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that is not,
Backbreaking,
yeah, that is
sweaty.
I mean, most people won't do it for their own house.
Right.
So the fact that he's willing to do it for other people, and like he still has a business too, like he still does that work daily. It's just
Yeah.
this is an extra thing that he does on his own time. So yeah, I mean he's a good follow, and it's a great story. Um, I'm glad this woman got extra help. I've even seen him a couple times have projects that ended up being a little bit bigger than maybe he thought they were
Yeah,
gonna
you had
be.
said he had a 2-week yard project that he didn't realize was gonna take that long.
Yeah, he made the point to say like, I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew here because there's only one guy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but I appreciate what he does. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we move on now to Am I the Asshole? And I guess I have to go again.
Okay.
I had a situation. And I don't think I'm the asshole, but I feel bad because I have um, reluctantly, but also voluntarily, taken a position of power. You're going to laugh at it. But I'm the
Okay.
president of our Denver Bills backers club, right?
Yeah. I'm not laughing at that. I think it's cool.
I mean, it's dorky, but whatever, right?
It
So
is, but it's cool.
we do a lot of work, and there's lots of things that you got to do, to make the club official and all that kind of stuff. And so it puts me in this like, it just goes to show you everybody's just kind of looking for somebody to be a leader, right?
Yeah.
Because I have no reason to have any authority or power or whatever, right? But everybody's just like, oh, cool, you want to be the one in charge? Go for it.
Great.
Yeah, right.
As long as I don't have to do it.
Right, exactly. And so a situation came up where a patron who was a regular would come every week. Apparently hadn't paid his tab a couple times. Apparently was rude to staff. So I don't know the guy from Adam. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
but he had been there a bunch of times and he seemed like a good guy. Every time I'd been around him, he paid. So the GM comes up to me. She's like, hey, I don't know what to do about this guy. I think I'm going to kick him out. And I'm like, all right, well, at least let me go talk to him. Like if I can give him a warning, maybe I feel like that's better than, just kicking him out.
Okay.
Let me go talk to him and just I don't think anybody wants to be known like that, right?
No.
So
Yeah.
in and maybe that's just my own, you know, mindset getting in the way. But I was like, I don't think anybody wants to be known as that. So if I go tell him, hey, listen, here's what people are thinking, here's what they're saying about you, I'm going to defend you. I'm going to tell you, I don't think this is you, but, we can't have this happen again or it's going to be a problem. So I
Mhm.
sit down with him, I have the conversation. He gets upset, he gets belligerent.
Oh, no, because he's
Yeah.
intoxicated at this point, right?
I mean, yeah, I assume so. I
Yeah.
didn't really check, but um, and he goes in and he goes on a little fu tirade for everybody there, and I got to go stand next to him, and I'm like, man, I told you I was trying to help you. Like all you
Yeah.
had to do was say my bad, and this would have been over. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And instead, you decided to storm in and fu the place. So, he pays his tab. They tell him to leave. I walk him out. This is a bar, but it's not a big bar, so it's not like they have bouncers,
Yeah.
and I've been a bouncer before, so
Yeah.
I know some of the tactics, the de-escalations, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I get him outside, he leaves, whatever. He starts texting me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't even know how I don't have his number. Like it just pops up as a number. I don't know
He
how
got your
he's
number?
I don't know how he has mine. I might have given it to him at some point. I don't know, but I don't have
Okay.
any texts with him beforehand. And there's plenty of people there that have my number, so he could have gotten it from somebody else.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And here's the am I the asshole portion of it.
What
He starts
happened?
texting me about how he's gonna, come whip my butt, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I do not de escalate. I
You're
have
like,
no
"Bring it
fear of this
on."
man whatsoever. I have to be completely honest.
Oh,
Uh, he's a
man.
little bit older than me, but not too much older than me. But he is not in any way uh, physically imposing to me, I guess is
Sure.
the way that I put it. And I'm just like now at this point, right? This is a couple hours even after the thing happens. So I've had my fair share of pops too. And I'm like, dude, fine, come back. Like, come back.
You
Like,
told him to
really,
come back?
shut the hell up and like either come back or shut the hell up. But like, I'm sick of you. Don't even. He
Oh my
he
god.
did come back.
Oh my god. Did you fight this
I wouldn't call it a fight.
guy?
So I go
Okay.
out. I like try to make sure I'm off the bar property, right? Like I go down the street a little bit of ways.
Good. Covering your back. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. And when I first get out there, he tones down immediately, right? Because I think
Because
he's
he's face to
surprised,
face with you.
yeah, that I came back out, right? Um, and so I mean, I tell him the same thing I was telling him before, like, dog, I was your advocate. Like I was the only. They would have just bounced you if I didn't say anything. So, congratulations. Now you're trying to fight the one guy that was on your side. Try to get that logic through your head.
Yeah. What'd he say?
Well, he gets more and more mouthy. And now I've got, the bar manager that's, 20 steps behind me. And my boy Ben is, 10, 15 steps behind me. And then my other boy is sitting in the bar, but from a seat that he can see
They're
just
all
to make sure
watching.
nothing gets weird. You know what I
They're like
mean?
keeping an eye on the game and an eye on the show.
No, I mean, I told him, I was like, listen, unless somebody's going to go to the hospital, don't intervene. Because I don't want him to think we're ganging up on him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid
True.
of him in any way.
Right.
So unless there's some kind of weapon that comes out or something, right? Like we're
Yeah.
not really concerned about what's happening here.
Yeah.
And so he gets in my face and he keeps escalating and escalating. The people from this other bar come out. They try to de-escalate the situation a little bit. She goes back. It's a waitress, and I'm like, "You got to stop, dude. You got to go home." She goes back inside, doesn't know what to do because she can't de-escalate it. He
Yeah.
all of a sudden he gets into shoving me, and now he's giving me
Oh.
like full shoves, and he shoves me one time, and I'm like, "You do not want to do this, I promise you." And he comes, and he full shoves me another time. I'm like, "You don't want to do this, and he comes in for the third shove, and I grab him by the head and the arm. I don't know if you've ever seen a head and arm toss, but you basically like put him on your back and flip him onto the ground, and he
Oh,
kind of like barrel
no.
roll tumbles,
Oh,
and I literally
no.
just toss his ass on the ground. And I look right at him, and I'm like, "You better stop now, because it's gonna end ugly for you if you don't." And he stumbles his way to his feet, and he's ready to go. And this other woman comes out of the bar who is. She was great. She did actually de escalate the situation
Good.
and got him to walk home. But I was like, do not come at me again. I will absolutely ruin your night. I promise you.
No.
So, and then I walked back in, and three servers came up to me and said thank you and that he had been a problem. And the bar
Yeah.
manager was like, we don't have bouncers, so I don't know what we would have done if he came back inside. It would have been me that had to do something about it. And,
Yeah.
they were all thankful. And so, like, I don't know. I do want to protect those people because I see them every week. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, right?
That
Like,
wasn't Yeah, that wasn't your job
right.
necessarily, you know? It's like if they know that they're gonna be busy and people are drinking and sports and and men and I maybe hire a bouncer, you know what I mean? Like it's not your job. Granted, was he part of your club or is he part of your
Yeah,
group
but
of
like,
people?
it's not like a membership. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's
Right. He's still a random guy.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's not like I vetted him. It's not like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He showed up every Sunday, and like,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Right.
And he was a nice enough guy. And even afterwards, they said to me, like, hey, when he's sober, he's fine, but then he gets drunk and it's a problem. And I'm like, yeah, that some people are like that.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice enough guy to me, but I don't stay every night and drink. Sometimes I just stay for the game and then go home. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
maybe I didn't see that side of him, but I don't know. I felt like here I am in this position of power, quote unquote. Like
Right.
I'm the one having to have the conversation with him, and then I'm the one that's having to toss his ass on the ground because he's getting physical.
Yeah.
So
You need to
Nina,
hire
answer the
a
question.
bouncer. You need to hire a bouncer.
Answer. Oh God! And what's that streamer's name?
I don't know.
The kid who's super annoying and walks around with like a 300-pound black dude behind him.
Oh, one of the Paul brothers?
No, is it Jack Doherty? Is that his
I have
name?
no idea. Not a clue.
Well,
One of
but
them.
so answer the question, Nina.
I don't think you're the asshole. I think you were too nice in taking care of that guy. Although that guy somehow got your number and really he came to you, but I think you were too nice in having
You're right.
to.
I was. I should have put my knee right in his neck and then just pounded his face right into the pavement. You're
Oh
right. I
my
was too
gosh.
nice.
No. No, you're definitely not the asshole in that one.
I felt like an asshole. I felt like an asshole because it's just like, don't get me wrong. I don't think I did anything wrong, but I also was just like, I did not. This is not why I signed up for this job. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So, and
definitely.
I don't want to get a reputation of a guy who's like, oh, he's super power hungry, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
why
you
he.
definitely you don't wanna be that guy. I guess you kind of were a little bit, but, like, it was its own whole situation. The other guy created that situation.
Yeah,
You
but
just did.
I don't know that everybody knows that. I hope people know that, but
Yeah, I mean, that is the question. You might look like an asshole to a couple of people for sure if they
you
don't
can't
know
change
all
your
the
answer. You already said
details.
I'm not the asshole. Be nice.
Sorry, my bad, never mind.
All
I
right.
don't think you're the asshole. I
Well,
don't.
thank you. I feel like the
You just
asshole.
feel like an asshole, but
I
you're
do feel
not.
like an asshole. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Not
Definitely.
everybody in there is 300 pounds and knows how to do a head and arm toss. All right, moving along.
Oh my gosh.
To the whack ass of the week. Nina, do you want to intro our whack ass of the week and I'll fill in some details?
I forgot who it was.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
I remember now.
You just want me to
Uh,
do it? Or?
yeah, this is your thing. I'm like,
Okay.
sports, yeah.
Oh, okay. Philly sports guy, you're our whack ass of the week.
Yeah, Philly
I don't
sports guy.
I don't even know his name, and that's fine because they figured out what his name is, and now he's not allowed to go to Eagles games anymore, and he lost his job.
Now
So if
you
you
ain't
didn't
got
see
a job.
this, yeah, some Philadelphia Eagles fan in the stands was harassing some Green Bay fans. Now, of course, he's come out since and said, "Oh, you only saw one side of it. It wasn't unprovoked." Blah blah blah. Then he also gave a mea culpa. So I guess give him whatever little credit he deserves for that on the way to rebuilding his life. But it feels like kind of a justice is served moment for me. They got
Yeah.
video of this guy. They put it out on the internet. It went viral. Everybody found out his name and he lost his job.
Yep.
And there's like a couple different like forms of justice I would have accepted there. Street justice being one of them because apparently I like fights.
Yeah, you just love beating people. It's fine.
But hey, listen, if I'm there with my girl and somebody start like excuse the language, but I'll use it, like somebody starts calling her a dumb cunt, like yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have words, and you're either gonna
And
stop
like,
or I'm gonna make you stop. Those are your two options.
yeah, and in the video, the game announcer was like 1st and 10, or I don't know what the hell they called something football-y, and he kind of went into the Packers girl's ear and he's like, yeah, you hear that, you dumb cunt. And
Yeah,
she was like, whoa. And then the boyfriend, fiance, whoever he was like, whoa. He's like, okay, like calm down. And he's like, well, it's true, she's an ugly dumb cunt, and like just added more stuff onto it. And he's like, what are you gonna do about it? And like this Philly guy is just being absurd and just continuing to escalate it. And the guy was like, please don't call my fiance that. Like, that's not cool. Please stop. And he's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. And then just kept going. And luckily, I guess the guy got it on video, and that's why justice is being served. Obviously, he didn't feel comfortable trying to fight this guy. But yeah, that's just messed up.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get you fired is what I'm gonna do about it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
I'll
this
put
on
you on
the
the
internet.
internet, bitch.
How did that song go? That lady said, "You gonna lose your job."
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's a couple different types of. I would have been fine with karmatic justice there.
Yeah.
You know, the
Mhm.
guy slips and falls down the stairs and ends up with a
Flips
broken
on a
arm.
hot dog, and yeah.
Yeah, fine. Like, however justice comes to him, I'm fine with it. I also don't need it escalated any more than this. Like he
Yeah.
lost his job, and like I don't know. To me, that's a tit for tat, and we're kind of done now. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
next time he'll be nicer,
Yeah.
although apparently he's banned from going to Eagles games, so there won't be a next time.
Consequences for your actions. Now you got
Yeah,
to go find another job. I'm sure you'll be able to do that. You
yeah,
seem pretty well to do. So go find yourself another job. Congratulations, you made an ass out of yourself, and
yeah.
now you can rebuild your life hopefully in a way that is more nice to other people. I don't know what the word is there.
We'll
Is
see.
more
Polite,
courteous to other people.
courteous. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been in a moment like that?
Um, I don't think so. Nothing like that.
No.
No,
What
I
would
mean,
you have wanted if you were her? What would you like? I also don't think you would have taken the amount of berating that he gave that woman.
wait, I did have a moment kind of like that. So this was like college days. We're in the bar, and there was this guy. He didn't like my friend, and he was like mean to my friend always. And then he would try to suck up to me because, like, oh, I'm on the radio and I can get you into the bar for free if I want to. And so once I found out that he was being mean to my friend, I'm like, oh, forget this guy. Like, no way. I'm not even like friends with him anyway. He just tries to kiss my ass because he wants shit out of me. And like, no, like, we're going to stay away from him. He was trying to call my friend names. And I was like, dude, that's not cool. Hey, please stop calling my friend names. But kind of similar in the situation. Like, stop that. That's not cool. And I kind of stuck up for my friend. And then he turned around immediately on me. He's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to get you fired. You're in the bar drunk right now. I'm like, I'm not working. What do you mean? And he just tried to like run his mouth, blah, 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 blah. And obviously, like, there was kind of a commotion. And then the bouncers just came by, and they're all my friends. I own this bar, bitch. I know everyone. I run this shit. And I was like, he's got to go. He's causing problems. Listen to him. You see this? And then they kicked him out, and he wasn't allowed to come in for like a week.
So you did what I did.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, so
But like, I'm not gonna get into a fight.
No, I know that.
We've talked about this. I've never been in a fight in my life. I've never punched someone, hit someone. I'll talk a big game all day, but I'm not actually gonna fight anyone.
So
I'll hurt you with my words, but not with my hands.
What would you have done in that situation?
If the bouncers were not there?
No. I mean, in this football game situation, I mean, assume that you very much want to be. I mean, it's a playoff game, right? So
Yeah.
assume you very much want to be there. It's a Beyonce concert, right? Like you do not
Yeah.
plan on leaving.
Yeah.
What would you do in that situation?
I think I would rally the people around me, and I'd be like, this guy just called me an ugly cunt. Like, look, and I'd go to like all the other like dudes around me. It'd be like, can you help me? Like, this guy won't leave me alone. He's harassing me. He's calling me an ugly cunt. And like, he's just yelling at me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a Packers fan. Like, no disrespect to you, but like, this guy's I think I would go to other people and be like,
Yeah. So would you want your man to do something then?
um, personally, no. Although if I was there with Matt, I feel like he would do something.
Oh, I know what Matt would do.
He's such a hothead. He's such an asshole, dude.
Yeah,
Matt's not afraid to get into a fight.
Yeah, Matt would escalate that as quickly as possible. That man does not have a de-escalation bone in his body. No, I know what he would do. It's why him and I are friends. I don't have any problem with it.
Oh my gosh.
But what you would want him to do is a different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would not want him to get into a fight. I feel like he would get his ass beat, but like and I wouldn't want that, but if he was there, that's what would happen. He would fight.
Yeah, and that was a lot of the comments on social media were people saying like,
why
you
didn't
gotta
you
get
fight
yourself
him?
a new man. And I was like, God, I don't know that I want to go that far. Like the fact that the guy was calm and didn't escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Philly fans are known for being assholes. And
Right.
there's a line, right?
That
like
too.
if you're giving her shit because you didn't score a touchdown, okay. You know what I mean? Like
Right. But you don't have to be an asshole, Justin. He was just being an asshole.
Right. And you don't have to make it personal, right? Yeah. And like if it escalates to, I've heard of them throwing things and stuff before. Yeah. But the guy might have been thinking to himself, like, yeah, I can turn on this one guy. But then if the Eagles fans see a Packers fan beating up an Eagles fan, what do you think's going to happen? You know what I mean? So
that's very true.
There's also an imminent safety threat there.
Yeah, you are in enemy territory. So that's probably a thought process of this guy too. It was like, I don't want to start shit right now because I'm going to get my ass beat by all these other people around because no one else really knows what's going on.
Right. They don't know that he started
it's loud.
it. I'm just some Packers fan fighting an Eagles fan,
Yeah, exactly. So. That's true. That is very true.
Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up, girl?
No, I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Okay, plug your podcast.
You can listen to the Nina Blanco podcast. I do have a new episode coming out this Friday where I talk about the trailer guy who was living in front of my house for a month. And that was a crazy fiasco. I got video, I got audio, I got photos in this episode.
It's all AI generated. Don't believe it.
No, it's not. I swear to God. I swear it's real. And you can listen to it or watch it on Friday when it comes out. It's called the Nina Blanco podcast. You can find it anywhere you find your podcasts.
And we will do a quick post-show stream, but it won't be too long. But, I mean, they're worth sticking around for because last week, Nina talked about should I not say it? You don't want me to say it.
You can say it one time and we're never going to talk about it again.
We talked about getting her toes sucked. And I mean, it was the things we get into on the pre and post show stream. I mean, it was, do you puke at night or in the morning? Nina getting her toes sucked.
God. I said only say it one time. Stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a whole experience. So come make sure you join us on the pre and post show stream. We have a little bit of fun, less structured, more just us hanging out, which always leads to problems.
Yeah.
And
Usually.
that's it. That's the whole thing. That's it for this week's edition of Yitty. It's
Yitty!
yes, I'm talking to you. And we will catch you next week for our next week's episode. Make sure you come join us for the pre-stream next week around 9 o'clock on these same channels.
Bye.
Bye. Terrible news. I put up the wrong video.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I wasn't
I
even
think
watching.
it'll be fine.
It's fine.
It said Yitty is about to start soon.
Oh, it's all right. What was your you, me, and we? What was your me?
The polar vortex.
Oh, yeah. I try to make sure I write down everything because when I write down the captions,
Because you're
I'm
finally
like,
admitting that
I'm always like,
memory
what?
is not as good as mine.
I've never haven't admitted that. What are you
You're
talking
ready to
about?
fight me every time, like about doing the show
I
on New Year's.
Well, that was funny.
Oh,
Which by the way,
oh, it's funny.
I'm shocked that you didn't bring that up last week.
I mean, listen, I don't want to rub your face in it, but I am. It is proof to my point that you often argue that with my memory, and I'm like, girl, listen, I appreciate you, but
I don't argue that I have a bad memory,
your stoner
but
ass does not remember better than me. I
I
promise.
will argue shit that I don't know what I'm talking about.
We literally spent like 3 minutes talking about it too. I'm like, how did you forget that
I
conversation?
know. I really did. That's funny.
Yeah, that's Nina Blanco for you.
I mean, it is what it is.
So it's funny you mentioned it during the show, and we didn't really spend time on it. But one of the things that I had for the post show for us to chat about was the TikTok ban. I know you like TikTok. Any thoughts on it actually going away?
Here's the thing. It was supposed to go away like in 2020 and it didn't. And so I just feel like it's not going to go away. If it does, then someone will save it pretty quick. There's already people in talks about buying it, and specifically Mr. Beast on YouTube. He has a bunch of billionaires like approaching him saying, "Hey, we want to buy TikTok, but we know
Sure.
nothing about social media. We just know it's a good revenue moneymaker and we
Yeah,
want
I
to be
mean,
a
it's a
part of
hell of an
that."
investment, right?
And so they want Mr. Beast to invest a little bit of money to just be a minority stakeholder in it. But also, the biggest thing they want him for is to innovate, figure out how to progress, all of that,
CEO.
because he's like the king of social media, Mr.
Sure,
Beast.
for
So,
sure.
whoever, if it does get shut down in a couple of days, what we're 4 days away, it's supposed to be the 19th, I think.
This weekend,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, if it does go away, the thing is, if you already have it downloaded, it's not like gonna disappear from your phone. It's gonna disappear from the App Store and you're not gonna be able to re-download it. You're not gonna be able to get updates, but you're still gonna have it. When
Oh,
it comes
I thought it
to
was going to deactivate. Like I
I don't
thought it
think
would
it's
give you a thing that says like this is not available in your area.
I don't think so. I thought I read that it's you're just not going to be able to re-download it or update the app, which that eventually is going to cause problems not being able to update it. And then I don't know, but I wonder the content if it'll change, if we're not able to get stuff from other countries or what, what that will look like. That part of it I don't know, but that's what I thought. But if you're reading something different, I mean, I'm not sure. We'll find out in 4 days.
I have read very little about it, honestly, because TikTok is not a favorite of mine. I told you last time we talked about TikTok, I stopped using it because I liked it too much. I
Yeah.
mean, and it wasn't even that I liked it, and that was really what bothered me about it. It wasn't even that I liked it, but the way that the videos
Yeah.
constantly stream, you constantly get the next one. I would be laying there looking at TikToks, and literally 2 hours would go by, and I would be like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit! Like,
It's
how did
crazy.
that happen?"
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And
But
it
I
wasn't even like it was content I was enjoying. You know what I mean? Like it was just
that's the crazy part. Are
right.
you sure?
And I swear to God. I mean, I like doesn't don't get me wrong. There were things that I would laugh at and chuckle at. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But
yeah,
it's not like I was. It's not a 2 hour movie where I'm like sucked in. You know what I mean? It
right.
didn't feel like that, and
Yeah.
so it really did feel like a waste of time. So I haven't checked in on it too much. What I did read that I found really interesting is, do you know what the top 3 apps are on the App Store right now?
Um, TikTok, red one. It's what's it called? Red something. Yeah, yeah. I haven't joined it yet, but I'm like, I might need to.
So do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's like the new TikTok.
It's a Chinese app.
It's another Chinese-based company, and it's basically TikTok, and everyone is moving over to this app, but it's like the same thing.
And that the top 3 apps on the App Store right now are 3 Chinese apps that are surrogates, I don't know,
Yeah,
replacements for TikTok. And it's
yeah,
like, well, you might have gotten rid of one, but guess what? In its place, now 3 are filling the void, which is
yeah,
crazy to me
yeah.
because isn't it just Instagram Reels? I mean, isn't that just it, right? Like,
Yeah, but, like, it's different, though. You don't go to Instagram to watch their reels, and it's also one of those things right now where I think just the younger consumers and, like, the anti-Trumpers and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and all of that, they're kind
yeah.
of moving away from Facebook and Instagram right now.
Well, I mean,
They're
they
like,
moved away from
"Fuck
Facebook
you."
a long time ago. It's going to be
Well, they
interesting.
yeah, they moved away from Facebook, but now they're starting to move away from Instagram because Instagram's owned by Zuckerberg too, and because of this whole he's phasing out the fact checkers and everything, and people are like, "Nah,
Yeah.
forget that. I'll just sell my information to China. I don't fucking care."
Well, that's the thing, and you mentioned that the other week, and I do believe that because it's like I've said that about my. So I've got a Google Home in my room. Um, my roommate's got one in his room,
Yeah.
and people are like, that's recording you, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the phone, right? Siri's recording you, right? I'm like, yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
don't really care.
I don't
Like
care.
I don't have anything to hide. And is it invasion of privacy? Do I want those people to get told to stop? Do I want to make sure? Yeah, of course, all of that.
But also, guess what, bitch? This is the world we live in.
And
This is
like it's
it.
just like I don't know if people in China know where I am, okay. Like, like
All
what do
right.
you want me to do about you? It would be you wasting an ass load of time if you
Mhm.
were listening to my Google
Right.
or looking at my TikTok to find out where I am or what I'm
If
doing or
And
whatever.
if you are a person of in power and you know things that you shouldn't get out there, then fuck, maybe then you are one of those people who shouldn't be on fucking TikTok. You
Yeah,
know, it's
right.
just like evaluate everyone's different situations. You have to make those choices for you, but this is the world we live in, you know? At least I'm not
That's a very
giving
libertarian argument you're making right now, Nina. Be careful.
I don't give a fuck. Spark up those comments. Let's go.
It's funny though how like, when it comes to things that are not harmful to others, which is what's
Mhm,
important to me, right?
mhm,
That I do very much feel that way, right? And so, like, yeah, I got to pay for car insurance and I've got to register my car. And the reason is because, yeah, you could fucking kill somebody with it. So you need to make sure that you have proper training to use it and
mhm,
you're properly licensed and all that kind of stuff. And I believe that about guns too. You know what I
mhm.
mean? But it's very easy for me to fall into I don't know, make your own decisions realm of like, yeah, I don't really care if China knows
Right? I
that
thought this was a free country, bitch.
right. And like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like, but at the same time, Nina, you and I have talked to a lot of people. When we did our radio show, there was a couple different moments that stuck out to me about social media and like what it's doing to their kids and like the brain rot, you know what I mean? And the
Mhm,
depression and,
mhm,
13 Reasons Why was a huge show when we were on. And,
mhm.
you know, you wonder.
I mean, as parents, though, that's part of protecting your kids, limitations on things,
Not everybody
structure,
has
all of that.
parents.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's tough. It's a tough little merry-go-round that you're on,
But assess all those different situations. Majority
Yeah.
of people do have people looking after them, and if that's something you are concerned about with your child, then you need to actively do something as a parent. If you're a parent and you're not concerned about those things, then you also have the freedom to not be concerned about those things and do anything about it, you know? And it's that way on so many different things, especially with like parents and their kids and whatever. But I mean, there I think it's good that there's discussion on like social media and the brain rot and for young kids and it's a bad influence and da 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 da. But like, yeah, not everything is for kids,
Yeah.
right?
100%. 100%.
So yeah.
It's a very interesting topic to me because I find myself agreeing with points from both sides.
Yeah, I
Um,
get it.
you
But
trust Mr.
at
Beast?
the end of the day, I'm right. So
You trust Mr. Beast? Because
I
you
don't
are
know.
right. So that's what I
I
need to know.
I I will give him my trust, but at the end of the day, I don't trust no hoe.
He would be the only owner slash CEO of a social media site that you felt good about, right?
Yeah, that's true. I probably trust Mr. Beast more than I trust Elon Musk and fucking Zuckerberg and whoever else.
That's pretty much it right now. I mean,
Yeah,
we can
I
talk about
know.
LinkedIn if you want, but like
No
like
fucking
it's
idea.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and that's really it. I mean, the Snapchat guys, I feel like Snapchat's kind of dying. Maybe I'm wrong, but like
It's not amongst like I feel like Snapchat is more it's not dying. It's not dying. A lot of people have it, a lot of people use it. I actually just recently downloaded Snapchat again, but I am going to use it for like a private thing.
yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm
like
saying. I think
I
that's what
post
you
on my
use it for.
Instagram story. Yeah, you post on your Instagram story, everyone can see that, everyone wants to follow you. You know, this is the stuff that I'm gonna put out there. But there's something to having like that privacy and you know, maybe you do want to show a handful of friends, but not everyone these
Yeah.
silly things. And I feel like that's what Snapchat is for.
But I think it's going to die a slow death. Like I think it's going to go the way of Facebook. I think like
Yeah,
people like 30 down to like 22, 20
yeah,
right now are the people who like they had their snap streaks and they talk to their friends every day and they used it instead of text messaging. And
that's
like I
true.
just think eventually it'll slowly like it's going to turn into where you send nudes and that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing you use it for.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So
that's true. That's very true. It may phase out.
all right. Well, see, and you didn't even want to do it, and yet I feel like another interesting post-show stream.
Definitely. It's not that I didn't wanna do it, but I am
No,
sleepy.
that's fine. You hate us. That's fine. Just say it.
I signed up for this. What are you talking about?
Hating us?
No, doing this pre-show, post-show, Yitty, all of it.
I'm just giving you a hard time. I love you. Anything else you want to talk about before we go?
That's it for me.
Okay. Just so you know, Nina, I'm going to play the actual outro with the other music and then just cut that into our little video. So
Okay.
so I'm gonna leave the stream on for another second, but I'll mute you and you can leave, and that's fine. And everybody else, I hope you join us for our pre-show and post-show streams every week, Wednesday,
Yes.
9 o'clock ish, right
Ish.
on these same channels.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, we love you. Bye.